¿Qué pasó, güey? It's your homeboy Quetzalcoatl. Welcome back to the Fuck Your Life Boxing Show. On today's edition, we're going to talk about the Lamont Peterson versus Matthysse fight that's coming up this Saturday. It's going to be a great fight. I've been looking forward to this fight since it was first announced. Very interesting clash of styles that we're going to have. I'm going to talk about each fighter, break down their style, and tell your ass how I see this fight going down. We'll start off with Matthysse. Matthysse is a fighter coming out of Argentina. He holds a record of 33 victories with 2 losses. 31 of those victories coming by way of KO. Although those 2 losses, they are a bit deceptive. In my opinion, I feel that Matthysse is an undefeated fighter. He was robbed in both fights. He should be 35-0, but we'll get into that in a little bit later. He's 30 years old, and he has a lot of power in his punch. Power in both hands. Matthysse, to me, is, at the moment, he's the most avoided fighter in boxing. Just like Plasterito at one time when motherfuckers didn't know he was cheating. Just like he was one of the most avoided fighters. Matthysse is that right now. Just like Paul William was in his heyday. Matthysse, as well, to me, is the best 140-pound fighter in what is a very stacked division. I think that in this whole little tournament that they're having, I think Matthysse is going to come out on top. In the 2 losses that he does have, which were against Zab Judah and Devin Alexander, in my opinion, both fights, Matthysse was robbed because I judged those fights as they happened live and several times after, and each time, I judged the fight, towards Matthysse, and this is, judging the fight, being fair and unbiased, not looking to give points to someone, just judging it, the way it is. And he was robbed. He still hasn't legitimately been beat, and he's knocked out fighters in very impressive fashion, as you saw. In his last victory, he's coming off of a spectacular first-round knockout of Baby Pacquiao. If you know who Baby Pacquiao is, that's Mike Dallas Jr. The reason he's Baby Pacquiao is because when his ass got knocked out, he went down just like his big brother Pacquiao did versus Marquez. The knockout that Matthysse had versus Soto, that shit was also nasty. I heard if you want to get that fight, you gotta go to like the porno shop, like the adult shop and shit. That's the only way you can get that fight. Matthysse is also, as I've said before, he's the closest thing at the moment that you're gonna see to Edwin Valero, who was a fighter who passed away a couple years ago, committed suicide, killed his wife. Crazy ass shit. If you want to peep out his story, I do have a video that briefly covers his life here. You can go ahead and check that out. It's called the Rise and Fall of Edwin Valero. Matthysse, to me, has a very similar style to Edwin Valero, in the sense that a lot of people at first glance, when they see Matthysse, he appears as a sloppy fighter with really no strategy. Seems somewhat unorganized. But if you really see what he's doing in the ring, if you see just beyond just the aesthetically how his technique is, the execution of it, rather than the strategy, you'll see that Matthysse has a lot of boxing IQ. Of course, it's evident that he has a lot of power. When he hits motherfucker, they go down, and 33 wins, 31 knockouts. That says it all. But a lot of people don't see that Matthysse has great timing. His speed is deceptive as well. His punches come in a lot faster than they seem. A lot of fighters don't seem ready for the speed. They figure that Matthysse is a lot slower than he really is. He cuts off the ring very well. A lot of when he fought Jose, who was trying to give Matthysse angles and was doing well. He was landing in combinations, but Matthysse kept cutting that ring, and eventually Jose didn't have shit left. He got chopped down like a motherfucking tree. And Matthysse got them two big ass axe in his motherfucking hands, and it's tough to beat a guy like that, because at the same time Matthysse has a granite fucking chin. I haven't really seen this dude get rocked, and he's been hit with a lot of clean shots, especially in that fight with Ajose. But I mean, at the moment, this dude really doesn't seem like he's gonna lose anytime soon. As I said, the comparisons are there somewhat with Edwin Valero. Although I feel Lucas Matthysse, his aesthetically doesn't look as sloppy as Edwin Valero did with his punches, but the power's there. The same way he cuts off the ring. His chin may be a little bit better than Edwin Valero's, although Edwin Valero was never really in big time trouble. He had been dropped a couple times, but yeah, it's there, man. Same kind of like rough, rugged, look and shit. Motherfucking Lucas Matthysse, he on like some jailhouse type shit too, where he tats himself up and shit. He's a tattoo artist when he ain't boxing. So I mean, dude is just a roughneck motherfucker all around and shit. As far as Lamont Peterson goes, Lamont Peterson holds a record of 31 victories, 1 loss, and 1 draw. 16 of those victories coming by way of KO. He's 29 years old. At this moment, Peterson is still trying to rebuild his image. If you haven't heard, or I don't know, if you a casual boxing fan, or somebody kidnapped your ass and you just got let out or something, then you didn't know that motherfucking Lamont Peterson tested positive for banned substances in what was supposed to be his rematch with Amir Khan, which was ironic because it was Peterson who was asking for drug testing. He was suspicious that Amir Khan was doping, so he wanted random drug testing done for that fight, and Peterson ended up testing positive, and that hurt his image very bad, because he was a world champion. Lamont Peterson had a great story. This was a guy who was coming from poverty, dirt poor. I mean, at one point when he was a kid, him and his brother were homeless. They were stealing just to eat. To come from that type of an environment, to be able to succeed and be a professional athlete, a world-class fighter, and not only that, but when he fought Amir Khan, he ended up winning a world championship, becoming world champion. Earning very nice, decent money. That's motivational. That's a great story. That's like some I believe I could fly type shit. But when he tested positive, it fucked all that up. And he's tried to say that it was because of low testosterone and all this stuff, and it appears that he does have medical records to back it up. But at the same time, he didn't let any type of athletic commission or any type of boxing authority that was supposed to be the authority for that fight. He didn't let anybody know that he was gonna have that procedure done. So that in itself is suspicious. So I mean, it just fucks it up all the way around. And you motherfuckers know how I feel about cheating. I don't like that shit. I never have. And it's really fucked up with fighters like Lamont Peterson. Fighters like Fernando Vargas. Fighters like Antonio Tarver. Andre Berto. When these fighters tested positive for cheating, it's fucked up. Eric Morales with the diuretics, it's fucked up because I like these fighters. These are some of my favorite motherfucking fighters and shit. And to see them taint their image like that is just fucked up. And Lamont Peterson was just building that legacy, and now he's in a hell of a motherfucking fight. I mean, I give him mad props. I give Peterson mad props for accepting this fight versus Lucas Matthysse, because Lucas Matthysse is the top dog at 140 pounds. So mad props for Lamont Peterson for that. But at the same time, it's like, damn, Lamont Peterson is trying to rebuild his image right now. This is the worst fight that you could take if you're trying to do that, because I don't think he's going to come out on top. I think he's gonna get beat. I give him props for taking this fight because Matthysse is one of the most avoided fighters in boxing. Top guy at 140 pounds. If Lamont Peterson beats him, oh shit, mad motherfucking props for Peterson. That's a hell of a goddamn statement. That's a hell of a comeback. That will clean up your image right there. I mean, you know, just like with Orlando Salido when he won the world championship after knocking out Juanma Lopez, knocking him out twice. I mean, his stature went up substantially in boxing, even though he had tested positive for steroids in the fight versus Robert Guerrero. Now, Salido, like I said, he's always going to be tainted, but he was able to show that he could come back from testing positive and still have victories. If Lamont Peterson can do that versus Matthysse, that's going to be a hell of a fucking victory. Like I said, it'll never take away from the fact that he cheated, but it'll show that he can win big without that shit. But me, myself, I really don't see that happening. I think Lucas Matthysse is going to end up breaking him down. If Peterson tries to fight aggressive like he did versus Khan, Matthysse is going to destroy Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson has shown that he can recover, as he did in the Bradley loss, where he was badly hurt in the beginning, as well as with Victor Ortiz, and he was able to come back. Now, he didn't win versus Tim Bradley, and I thought that he lost versus Ortiz and ended up being a draw. But as far as his chin, you know, he was able to recover. He wasn't able to get a victory, but his stamina seemed there, his chin seemed there. So if he gets rocked early, he will be able to recover. But I think that Matthysse is going to keep coming. I think Matthysse is going to throw huge shots. Lamont Peterson, if he tries to outbox Lucas Matthysse, he may be able to buy himself some time. He may be able to stall the inevitable, but I don't see him winning. You know, he could probably survive 12 rounds and lose a decision, but if he tries to have a dogfight in there like he did versus Khan, he's gonna get knocked the fuck out. Let me know what you think. How do you see this fight going down? And after this fight, I want to see the winner fight Danny Garcia. In my opinion, it's gonna be Lucas Matthysse, and that's gonna be a hell of a fucking fight. Let me know how you see this fight going down. As I said, if you like this shit, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is your homeboy Quetzalcoatl, signing the fuck on out.